Good morning. So, welcome to this 17th computer. We are going to the 18th session. In this session, we are going to learn the prerequisite knowledge for ABAP. Okay. Yes. Prerequisite knowledge to learn what exactly the prerequisite. So, this is the word used. Suppose if you want to do some activity, some basic bare minimum things required. That is called as prerequisites. Okay. Suppose example, if you want to go to what is this thing, if you want to go for example, take is a prerequisite. Okay. Yes, this way. So if you want to learn there are certain prerequisite knowledge required. What I feel this 1 hour I am going to cover that. Suppose there is a question from someone asked me why we have to go with the detailed learning. Because actually, tomorrow, when you work in a project, if you want to work in a project, what is required? First of all, working in project is nothing but apply your apply your knowledge. Your knowledge. It's a actually way of working in a project daily basis. So that means if you have good ABAP, in-depth ABAP knowledge, then you can work effectively, efficiently in the project given task. So these both are related, interrelevant. If you don't have complete in-depth knowledge, definitely it will reflect effect on the project. Okay, so that's why while learning, if you learn 100%, 200%, definitely you will deliver 200% effectively. This is the relevance between because tomorrow for the see even though we learn we cover 6 months course or it's 4 hours covered also hardly what can I teach or hardly what any trainer or faculty can cover in this 6 months because it is 50 years old product 50 plus. Okay. uh, yeah, so we there are law even though we whatever the maximum things possible, we are introducing subject and syllabus to you. Okay, and again at the end point, we are also how to explore to the further level, next level tomorrow. While working in a project, how to where to search, how to search that task also we are covering here. Okay, so this is a kind of journey, learning journey, ongoing journey. Don't keep full stop anywhere. It's continuous. Whatever you learn it, you prepare a notes, notepad notes or notebook notes. You keep on updating that. You here and there, if you find you will heard something, you learn wherever from different sources, you get the update. Okay, yes, that learning area should be always active only till we get the job. After getting job also, this is the overall. Okay, clear. So that's why learning in depth is must and mandatory because the interviewer expectations are more. The project expectations are also heavy. So if you have conceptually clear, the project understanding is easy. Quickly you can learn the given scenario, understand the given scenario, given situation. One task is given to you. If you want to think what could be, how do we achieve that output or requirement, given requirement, for that you have to have a good knowledge first. That knowledge you will apply at that moment. Immediately you will get alternative thoughts. If not this, I will go this way, this way, this way, next. Further, finally you will uh, achieve the final out. This is how people are working in the industry. Okay. Yes. Second, we will go to the see ABAP point of view. If you want to learn a ABAP programming, we will go with the C first. So C versus ABAP we will discuss. So you also note it down. C language versus ABAP language differences we are talking here. I cannot write side by side. I write above versus below. You also note down side by side so that it is. So first of all, C language versus ABAP language. This is the topic. Yes, right. So here, generally, what is the meaning of a program? Program is instruction to the system that to achieve a particular result or to perform a particular task. Okay, that is suppose there are so many speaking languages. Like, we have English, French, Japanese, so many international, national, regional language. Language is basically used for which purpose? To communicate. To and you have something to discuss with others or you want to some information. Then for that language is only the like media or medium to communicate with N or one others. Similarly, but these programming languages are used to communicate with system because we want to do repeated tasks. If people started working, people need a rest. They cannot work more than 8 hours. And the people tired, they may not respond quickly properly. When it comes to people way of working, a lot of we may forget the things also. This is one of the this thing and availability. So many health issues. So many people have a lot of. But when it comes to the system, system doesn't require rest. System doesn't get affected by many factors and all. Like a system will give fast, quick retrieval also. That's why we always any kind of repeated task is there. We develop the program one time. We will instruct the system that do this way, this way, this way. Once you have to understand how the system works, accordingly, you have to give clear instructions. One time you develop this, then the program can be executed for several times. One time effort. This is the way our n number of programs we develop it okay, as per our requirement. So first, the foremost thing is working with the C language is called as a system programming. C language is a system program. Working with ABAP is called as a application program. This is the core difference. Okay, right. Next, in C language, okay, we use uh, we use okay turbo editor, turbo C, turbo editor, or Borland. Yes, editors are there. Editor is the place. Okay, there are generally MCC, Turbo C, Borland C. This way we can go with that. That editor is that blue color editor. There we will start writing C and CPP both compatible code. We can write it there. Yes, that is editor is the place where we will write the program source code. So now come to the ABAP language. Here, ABAP editor is used to develop ABAP programs. So Turbo editor, Borland editor, ANSI editor. Okay, all editors are compatible. Editor is used to develop C programs. Okay, this is the editor is the editors are called as IDE. Capital. IDE means integrated development environment. That is the place where you can write the code. Yes. So, but this first initially this editors developed the editor through we have like what happens I said in the last session also algorithm, because before writing a program, first we will write the algorithm step by steps. Pseudo code, virtual code, we will write it first rather than writing the original. Once you are writing the algorithm pseudo code with that flow chart, definitely you can implement it. The, okay, you can write any editor program, you can write it. Only what editor to editor, certain ground rules, basic rules, to stick to. Okay, if you are good at C language code you cannot write in ABAP. Vice versa, ABAP code you cannot be written in C editor, because every editor designed with certain keywords and syntax rules. So when you are at that editor, you have to stick to that editor supported rules only. That is the fundamental core stuff. Coming to C is C programs are compiler based. Okay, compiler based. ABAP is interpreter based. Yes, right. This difference I already explained in the last sessions. Interpreter, interpreter execute the code line by line. That's why you will get one error, one warning at a time. Okay, first, whenever system come across one error, it will show, it will stop. Warnings can be ignored, errors must be considered, you have to rectify the error correctly. So then it will go to the next error, next error. So all errors must be resolved, then program become error free, it is ready to throw out. Now, in case of compiler concept, compiler converts high level code to the lower level code. Okay, yes, that is one meaning. Compiler, it shows all errors at a time, all warnings at a time. This is the difference. Okay, next, you have very important is in C language, you will get C language, C programs. Okay, programs are saved with extensionals. Extension as .c, .cpp for C++, .java for Java program. So this extension is there. Test program .c, sample.c, etc. Yes, test.c or sample.c. But ABAP programs doesn't have doesn't have extension. You have to know the difference between these two. There's no extension like data. Okay. Yes, I will take you to that explanation in a different way. Just observe this. Okay. For example, if you assume that this is a C program, right? This C program, what we will do first, you edited the, you open the C program. First, initially, you will write it. It is just like no new dot C through, it will start when you begin. Then you will go to hash include stdio dot h main curly braces. You write the sum to C R. Then what you will do? You will go for save, then compile, and then this is the steps we will do it here. Right? Then at that while saving, you will give test.c, sample.c. Because actually this C program is going to save it in at operating system level, OS level. When there is a OS operating system, okay, yes, operating system is always maintains with uh, dot extension .c.cpp .java. Yes, this is the way programs are saved in this. So save, what we will do, the code whatever you type it is saved with the name extension. Then compilation errors you will get it. You resolve it, compilation errors. Then after that, run this to show the output. This is the C language way of working. Then when it comes to the ABAP style. So when it comes to ABAP now, here right side, okay. So ABAP. In ABAP, we always start with YRG. So this is your program name itself will start like this. After that, there are sequential steps you have to follow is save, followed by check, then activate, save, check, activate, and again run. Execute to show the output. These are all the steps. Sequential steps we follow in PAP program. But here I said there is a yes at OS. This is the hardware level at OS level. Correct. On top of hardware and OS, we have a database installation. So this is the database, right? Data. So database is always used in this symbol only, cylindrical symbol. So ABAP program is going to store in the database. Okay, there may be one line or 10 line or 100 lines code. This entire code, it doesn't written in the updated in the OS level. If you go and search at OS level, you may get a extension to through you can search these three programs. But ABAP programs are not saved or stored at OS level. That's why it doesn't have extension as .abap. But on the other hand, ABAP program is saved in the database. This is the database. So in database, mm, this entire code is saved as a, it is updating to one table. The 100 lines or 1000 lines code is stored in the encrypted form, compressed form. Again, when you access the program, the code will come and display in front of your phone. So this is the difference between C versus. You guys understood the basic, okay? Yes. So you have to understand the C versus ABAP differences. This is extension pointer. We will come back to this. Right. Okay. So now, if you go to the next level, we are at the initial program level. Here in C language, we have many data types. Even web also, we have data types. Those data types discuss what type of data you are going to save it accordingly. We have to go with clear those variables. That C is a structured programming. Web also structured programming. We have declaration, uh, down sections. We will declare it and all. Yes. So now C comes under, because I am going to this level. C is a middle, okay, low, middle level, okay, middle level lag group. Yes. But ABAP is not a medium level, it is a high level programming. Because the difference is high level language is we will write all high levels English kind of instruction. Simple English through, we will type it through keyboard through, simple keywords through only this program can be. If you go to the, we have some 32 keywords are there. Keywords are reserved words. Okay, reserved keywords we call it as. That is every keyword has some unique meaning. Okay, it cannot be used for any other purpose. It should be used for that particular case. But ABAP have many keywords. We never had a count like that. We introduce the keywords to same rules applicable. Keywords are reserved for that particular purpose only. You have to use it. Then we have operators list. Even in ABAP also we have mathematical arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators. In ABAP, we have not only operators, yes, here we have only operators, but here, yes, this is operators and the separators are also there. Separators. ABAP is case sensitive language. There is a difference between, okay, case sensitive language. So ABAP is not case sensitive. It is not case sensitive, but it is space sensitive. Space is required. Everywhere, each keyword to keyword, you have to give yes. Space must be there. Okay, that I will cover in the once we go to the, because comparison study will give little clarity. That's why I assume that every engineering graduate already in the uh, first semester C language is there. So that's the reason I'm comparing with the C with the ABAP. Correct. Then move on to the next level, like string operations. Okay, string comparison operators. Here also we have, in ABAP also we have the same similar things. Like we have the variables declarations here again. Next, if you go to the conditions, conditional programming can be written by using if and case. So here, even in ABAP also, we will do conditions by using if also, case also. Sometimes we use check also. Check statement is there within the loop. You can use the conditions over there. Simple if, nested if, complex if is there in the C language. But here only simple if, complex if. There is no else ladder. Okay. Here we call it as switch case. Switch case is there. But here we don't call it as switch case. It's a normal case structure. Okay. Case structure or case control we can call it as. It begins with case and ends with end case. So this is the way conditional based programming can be developed. There is a difference between check statement and if statement also that we will go further. Yes. So, right. The next level, here we have a loops. Conditions means a program can be developed with conditions. Okay. In the nature, we have so many conditions. Similarly, we can go for, because program is a solution for the live whatever is happening, the real time cases. Those things only we will implement it in the programming. There is just some type of repeated task is there in the repeated task we will implement it under loops. Loops are used for repeat purpose. So there is a do loop, do while. Okay, do loop, while. For loop is also there. Like if you go to the here, like in point of view, here we have to do loop, do into loop, how to terminate and develop, while entry control or exit control loops are there. Yes, do loop, while loop is there. For loop is not there in ABAP, but recently new syntax 7.5 syntax onwards, select with for is introduced, that we will discuss in the new syntax. Yes. Also have old syntax and the new syntax. So you have all the things. Yes. Okay. Then coming to ABAP, it supports actually, in fact, do and do, second while, four types of loops supported by, yes, while and while. Next we have select and select. Okay. Yeah. Select and select. Next we have last one is there is a loop and loop. So four types of loops you can find in this is. But in the topics, I'll introduce how do we terminate the loop and all, how do we overcome the stuff in the respective topics. I'm going to come to the next level. If you go combination of loops, predictions and loops, we have the next topic is like normally the data structures goes like this: variables, structures, and internal sorry, variable structures and arrays. These are all kind of data handling data structures. So even in ABAP, we have same variables are there. Structures are structure concept in ABAP is implemented as same structure or we call it as field string. Structure or field string or area we call it a field string. Yes. This is the difference between this structure versus arrays. So array concept is it could be a two-dimensional array, single-dimensional, two-dimensional, multi-dimensional arrays. So array concepts are implemented. Array concept are implemented in web internal tables. Very hard and demanding topic is this. How a single dimension, double dimension, multi-dimensional internal tables can be built. Okay, this is the what very important topic of entire SAP because these are all comes under how you are going to handle the data structures. Data purpose only, yes. Data storage are these are all data structures only. In fact, yes, but different types of data handling. So in here we come across yes structures are field strings, right? Then after this, we have next topic called as is functions, right? Functions, like in C, we have a functions concept. Functions does returns written without written. So there we come across call by calling function, called function we call it as because this is a okay call by reference where address is passing. Okay, then call by value. Both. Right? When it comes to here, yes, functions concept is called as procedures. So procedures are again classified as yes. So in this thing, there are two types of procedures. That is nothing but subroutines and the function modules. Function modules. These two comes under procedures. Okay, right. Next. So here we have call by value or pass by value. Pass by reference first, next pass by value next. Okay, and more we have the thing is called as pass by value. The result, result are written both pass by value or result or pass by value. So this is the difference between functions. So a function perform unique activity. Function may have written or may not have written value. There are two ways of calling function and called functions. That is a kind of reusable concepts. So here, like you can go for, you can pass address to function or pass the value to the function. Function also receiving address, and here actual parameters, formal parameters are declared like. So here also in procedures, in ABAP we have procedures. Subroutines function model concept are available. In fact, we have macros includes subroutine function model. Everything comes under this. Like if you see there are additionally we use pass by reference where address is passed, pass by value where value is passed. Then again pass by value, but result are written also. Get the written result too. So these things in the topics I will discuss and later. Coming back to the next topic going to be like functions we will go for pointers, where the memory handling techniques. Okay, right way of usage of pointers and as well as yes, pointing to the address of other variable. Right, dereference pointers. Okay, dereference pointer concept. So here, see in ABAP, that dereference pointers are implemented as field symbols. Field symbols are nothing but it is a kind of different pointing to the address, pointing to the value. So field symbols to the value of the assigned variable. Yes, this is one of the way you have to understand. Right, in C language we come across. Then the last topic going to be file handling. Okay, file handling, because the files in ABAP is called as data set. Data set. So here in files we come across open file, read file, write file, open file, post file, seek laboratory capabilities. This way we will read VOF begin of file, EOF end of file. File is used to store some kind of less amount of data. Similar kind of concept is data set here. So in data set, open data set, read data set, transfer data set, and close data set. So here also we work with file handling techniques. So in here, like what is that? Bitwise operations are there. XOR, XO on, bitwise operations. Okay. Yes, supported by C also. Yes, and ABAP also bitwise operations. Okay. Right. Next, C supports hardware interaction code. Okay, but ABAP does not support the hardware interaction because it does not support hardware interaction because this is only the high level code. Okay, right. Coming to the next C extension to C, we have data structures. Data structures, basic data structures are already introduced to store variable structures and arrays. But further data structures are linear data structures are kind of graphic structures. So we have what is that views, trees, and the graphics. Okay. Moreover, we have kind of linked list. Okay. Like linked list also again further classified as what is that? That is nothing but sort, bubble sort, linear sort. These are all comes under the data structures. Okay. Linear and graphical also. So how you are going to single linked list, doubly linked list, etc. How you are going to present the data. So, the data structures, yes, ABAP does not support hardware interaction as well as data structures. Okay. Yes, this is about your C language versus ABAP. Right. Then we will go to the next topic. Almost this is the C extension, C plus plus is there. C plus plus. C plus plus and moreover Java also. This both will run. Right. Both are object based and object oriented. So the C plus plus and Java features incorporated in ABAP is called as object oriented, or people says OO ABAP, or somebody writes ABAP OO, or in other terms it is also called as object source. Object oriented with other objects. So this is what about. Like C, like if you go to the proven features of C and C++, sorry, proven features of C++ with Java is incorporated in Oops. It's not like failure concept. Yes, that's what the adaptability is there. So here, apart from structure, we go to the object-oriented concepts. That is nothing but like what exactly the object is, what exactly the class is, class members, and how will you develop the class inside members and all. Okay, how you write those members under public, protected, and private sections, everything. All those areas, we will also follow the similar kind of concepts in groups also completely similar concepts. Right? So whenever we said groups should support four main features. Even object-based languages are there, which is like JavaScript and VB object-based, which does not support the inheritance to polymorph. But object-oriented programming languages are many are there. Object-oriented means complete OOPS features. That is, first one is abstraction, second is encapsulation. Abstraction, encapsulation, then inheritance, and the polymorph. Okay, yes, this way. These main features supported by CCPP, same thing here also, the same stuff. Okay, main features. These two are one set, data hiding or data protecting. These are all reusable class to class connection relationship, single and multi-level, multiple inheritance. How it is going to the affect the behavior with the poly means many morphism means behavior. Polymorphic behavior also we have in detail in depth discussion. So mostly like ABAP objects also, yeah, they are extended like anything. It's keep on okay, proven features of C++ with Java. That is like if you go to the casting, okay, upcast and downcast. That is like narrowing cast or widening cast. So almost all features are incorporated here in object oriented. So to topic, and moreover, you have to know that C++ supports only class concept. But Java supports class and the interface concept. That is the difference. So classes have limitation. These are extended into the class scope of the object-oriented ABAP supports. Object-oriented ABAP supports both. First class concept we have to study, then class extension and phase concept. Phase concepts. Both we have to study. This is a difference. We will, because this is, I don't want to discuss in detail. Yeah, we will go with the respective topic only. We will talk on special methods like constructor. Okay, how this is going to the early binding, all those things we will discuss in the respective. The time we will go with the comparative study. So this way, if you are from any other programming language also, we can compare like this. That is about your a quick revision recap of the differences so that you will then move on to the next topic. That is, everyone aware of what are the expected common concepts is this. So database concepts. Basically, database concepts are important here. So here in the first and foremost thing is, what is a information? Information is a kind of mm, a collection of some facts and figures. This is called as information. But the information extension is data. Data is a structured information because rather than randomly go with a structured way of representation is called as data. So what is database? Database is a collection of some large huge quantity of data. Right. Next, what is database table? So data is stored in the form of database table. When you said table is a collection of hmm, collection of rows and columns. Right? Normally, that is the so here also the data is stored in the form of rows and columns only. Yes, that is structured way of data storage. Because earlier, for data storage purpose, we used to use files. The limitation of file is, if you go with the file storage is there at a C++ level also. Yes. But the files cannot hold large amount of data. The files safety, security also a question here. That's why the database concepts is there everywhere. Nowadays, we are using this. So there are many databases are there in the market. In the IT market, FoxPro, Foxbase, Database, Increase, Informix, MS SQL Server, Sybase. What next? We have Oracle, P2, or DB4. Finally, we have 100 database. So many databases. But most of the proven database from is most secured, reliable, trusted. Number of levels of security levels are more in Oracle. So Oracle is leaders. Okay, definitely we have to write this statement. The leaders in database level. Okay, yes, the more secure, but it is cost also. That's why there is a OCP certification in there, Oracle Certified Professionals Certification. Yes, administration rules and all. Right. Now, most commonly, Oracle is introduced to the students, even after IMCR take graduate syllabus. Now, if you go to the database, so hope you understand the connectivity. How the data is going to storage. Now, data should be stored in the form of a tables. Like here, what is the next topic is called as DBMS. Okay, DBMS is nothing but database capital letters. DBMS is nothing but database management system. Database management system. Okay, yes, that is actually it is the system which manages the data. Okay, DBMS stands for that. DBMS is again subclassified as RDBMS or it is extended to ORDBMS, Relational Database Management System, and Object Relational Database Management System. Then we have Distributed Database Management System also there. There are two ways. So if you want to say relations means extension to relation is object based again. OOPS concepts. Right. So go to the RDBMS concepts. RDBMS point of view, relational database point of view, tables are RDBMS. Yes. Okay. If you want to say any database to be called as RDB, relational database means must follow some code, CF code, EF code, 12 groups are there. Data integration rule, data definition, so many EF code rules it should follow. Then only we can call it as RDB. So RDBMS point of view, its tables are database tables are closely connected or integrated. Closely connected or integrated. Yes. Okay. Yes. This is the complete integrated part. A table cannot be a single or alone. It should be connected with at least one table or multiple tables. That is, so then you go to Google and search card rules. You will come. Then, so now we have to go to how do we use SQL is the language which used which is used to interact with database. SQL is the language used to interact with the database. So SQL is also called a SQL. So SQL is called as SQL is called a structured query language. So query means question, query or query, whatever you however you pronounce it. It's a language to communicate. So query means question to you can ask question to the database. But which question? Structured question. That means you have asked one question, you have to wait for the response. Then after that, you have to ask the next question. Question after question. Okay. Then you structured questions you can ask to the database. This is about SQL is only the language all databases uh, all databases understands only one language, that is this is we call it as that is okay IE. So that is SQL characters. So here okay what is that is in ABAP we come across okay we normally we have standard SQL here, standard SQL approach, but ABAP in ABAP comparison ABAP uses supports two types of SQLs. That is nothing but Open SQL and native SQL, both open and native SQL. What exactly the difference we'll study in the upcoming sessions. But when we go to the SQL, we have, yes, suppose if you, yes, this is the way you can, suppose in Oracle, we log in as a Scott and Tiger, yes, as a, yes, here you will get a SQL prompt is this. This is the place where your SQL prompt is there. This is the place where you can start typing the code. This is the place. But in the here in the underline, there is a, yes, Oracle comes with EMP and DEPT tables are there, which comes with by default employee table and database table. So there are, this is one table, two tables by default you will get. EMP table stores employee data, DEPT table stores DEPT data. So rows and columns. So EMP as well as DEPT. So employee table separate, DEPT separate, but these two tables are connected or integrated here. Apart from that, you can create a few other tables also. So this is the like kind of user interaction area, skill prompt, just like a command prompt. A skill prompt through you can do create a table or insert the data into table, everything, or modify data or delete data, or else you can interact. First one query, select star from EMP, get the data applied, select star from DEPT, it goes to this data. So question after question, this is, you don't know where this tables exist or how it gets stored, but you have only the one option to write the prompt kind of question or query. Okay, through that you interact with database. This is about your normal way of. So here in any SQL comes with different languages again. What are the SQL? Wherever you learn SQL, we have DDL, okay, DML, DQL, and as well as DCL, TC. So I will write the form here. First, data definition language. Okay. Yes. Data manipulation language. Next. Okay. Data query language. Yes. Right. Here, data control language. Data control. Then after we have transaction control. Suppose data definition language. First, this is used to, it's a language to define the data. First, create, alter, drop, and truncate. These are all the instructions used for this. Through you can create a new table with columns with specified data types, and there are some constraints to you create. Alter is used to alter the constraints or alter columns, column names, etc. Structure level changes can be done by table structure level changes. Drop is used to delete the table. Truncate is also used for deletion purpose. Yes. Okay. Right. This whole like Okay, completely DDL is used. Drop is totally remove or permanently remove purpose. You can use it. Create alternate. Then come to the manipulation because you have to manipulate. Mhm. Manipulation is applicable to the. This is at actually applies to table level, entire table level. Create table, alter table structure, drop is deleting table completely after that no longer exists. Target is only deleting columns. Just so then come to the second level, manipulation can be done by using. We have the manipulation can be done by using modify, or we have update, delete, etc. Okay, yes, these things you can do it. Okay, modify and update. Modify for changing the data at a later level. These are all applicable to place to data level. But first we have to insert the data. Single record element. That is insert first insert data. Modify and update difference you have to know first. Update set where condition. If you write, it will only update. But modify, it will try to update if the record found. If not, it will create a new record. That is the difference between update equals to update. Modify equals to update plus insert. That is the difference. Data query is select query or select statements. So, how to write a select query? This is simple select, nested selects, different types of select with where conditions, several types of where conditions, data observable purpose. All those stuff we have to write. Then data control language. This is very, very important. We have to study. This ABAP is responsible to write select statements or select queries. Okay, it could be joins also. Inner join, outer join, left outer join. Completely, you have to have complete knowledge on that. Then it is easy for us to. If you don't know SQL and all, because this is the common thing everyone learns first. Okay, if you don't know, then you can learn directly in web. Then data control. Data control is grant and revoke. Okay, yes. Grant means granting permissions, privileges to the users. Which kind of users based on authorization hierarchy? This is a kind of admin activity. Granting privileges. One user. Okay. Okay. So one user can have like only create permission. One user can have create and change permission. One user can have create and delete permission. So grant, create, change to user. If by mistake you give wrong permission to the user, then you can revoke it. Revoke, change with the user. That is, you can take it back. Then we have transaction point of view. We have save point, save type one point. Temporary storage of the above activity. Save point, then rollback. Rollback is a kind of undo, control Z. Okay, and commit. Yes, suppose we are doing sequential activities completely, then in that case, if you say commit, all above operations gets saved permanently. Okay, that is called as commit. Committing all above activities. Rollback is nothing but reverting the above operations. Okay, undo kind of activities. Save point versus commit. Save point means storage of the above things. Temporary storage activity is called as save point. Okay, save the activity temporary. So, like these are all the, I feel like if we, before going to start about topic, I feel like these are all the minimum things required for any programmer or developer That's the reason I made it as a separate topic as prerequisites. Okay, basic knowledge required before going to learn. So it permits you for it go through these things, take quick revision, recap, and ready to catch the gap stuff going forward. Okay. Hope you guys understand all the explanations. If something is missing, I'll go and cover it. Come back and I'll cover the those topics. That's why I'm using the same notepad here. Okay, thanks for listening. We'll continue next.